Ladies and gentlemen, oh, hang on. My face isn't working. Uh-oh. Let me fix my face. Oh, God. Come on. Hello? No? Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon. Why is this not working? Wherever you're tuning in from, I'm your host, Dr. Ice, and we are live here for round 3 of the IEC Cup Series, as I am trying to fix my camera. That's not it. DMS, Dan, how's it going? Why is... Hang on. This was working last time, but I guess you're not going to see my face. As we're getting ready to go live for qualifying now. That completely... Why your face no work? I don't know. I think I broke it because I'm ugly, but we'll worry about that a little later on, as we're going to get some qualifying action rocking and rolling. Let me make sure OBS is actually closed. But yes, round 3 Indianapolis Grand Prix road course. So we're gonna get things rocking and rolling right from the start here. Take a look at the points. And it is Who's Easy leading in points right now. Who's Easy is not in the race tonight, as we go ahead and get everyone out on their flying laps, as that Druss is having a bit of some car control problems there right off the bat. But yeah, so Who's Easy is the current points leader, followed by AMS Razor, who is in the race here, the number 24 Jack Daniels Chevrolet. Then Exotic Forza, EVR Rewar, and VER Dwarf in 5th position overall in points, followed by King Cameron, Blue Streak, Drewski, Walshy, and Toaster Lord for your top 10. We're gonna go ahead and get on board with Dwarf in the number 62 Phantom Motorsports team. Number 62 GoPro Chevrolet, as he will be the first to set a lap here. We'll see how well these drivers get on with Indianapolis. So this is a 670 horsepower power package for everybody at the race. So we'll see how qualifying goes. You can see they're hitting a top speed of 175 miles an hour. I do anticipate that to be faster, of course, as the cars go into the grid. Let me go ahead and pull up my cheat sheet. As we await the times that our drivers will set, to note, HYR Knight is, I believe, making their first appearance, as Dwarf will set a time of a 1:21.007, reaching a new top speed of 177 miles an hour. We have AMS Razor, who took the win just earlier today in the Tora NASCAR series at Eagle Rock. setting a 121.253. Indy Light setting a time of 121.283. EVR Walshy close behind with a 21.586. HYR Knight setting a time of 21.688. Toaster Lord with a 21.800. EVR Rewar setting a 122.002. DMS Cherry with a 22.246. That Druss with a 22.271. EVR Chris with a 22.376. Who's Trash Can with a 22.413. Blue Streak with a 22.615. King Cameron, which we anticipate to jump pretty high up the grid, up into 8th position. Rewar also making a pretty sizable jump up. King Cameron setting a 22.166. Let's take a look at Boiled Bird. Unfortunately, dirtying that last lap as well. And one more wand coming around to set their next time of a... Let's await and find out. 25.690. Alright, AMS Razor taking pole position with a 20.835. Couple of tenths up on VER Dwarf, who set their next fastest time of a 20.972. As, oh god, somebody... That was AMS Razor that had kind of spun out a little bit on the exit of turn number... Come on. Turn 11 there. Let's take a look at Dwarf's next lap. That was a 22.1. So we're going to gonna hope that Dwarf can improve a little bit in these cars and continue going at it and take the pole position from Razor. Walshy not far behind with a 121.015. And NDL Light not far behind him in a 121.037. HYR Knight doing really good with a 21.123 in the highpoint.com number 79 Toyota Camry. We're going to get back on board with VER Dwarf to see how he goes ahead and improves his lap. As he will improve to a 28.49, but it will not be enough to dethrone AMS Razor with a 28.35. NDL Light jumping up to a 29.05. EVR Walshy continuing, or actually setting their time with a 21.015. And then EVR Rewar with a 121.028. Sorry, I am sharing another link to get a couple more viewers in here. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is the overview of your qualifying for the race. So AMS Razor, is my camera gonna work? No, it is not. Why is this being stupid? Come on. I guess we're gonna be faceless for this broadcast. Yeah, these are your top 3. We're gonna go back to race results. So AMS Razor taking pole position just barely from VER Dwarf. So I'm trying to get this rocking and rolling. Okay, that's my face. That's what's working. Come on. I think it's because OBS hasn't, 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get this working for you guys. I guess we're going to be faceless for this stream, but, yeah, this is your qualifying results. I'm going to go ahead and back out and try and get my face cam working. We're going to continue here. Go and click ready spectate, and then I'm going to try and get this. You know what if I just re-add it? So delete sources, video capture. Add source webcam. There it is. Hey, we're back. Alrighty, let me get this resized and put me in the corner over here. Alright, we are back. We're gonna go ahead and lock that so I don't mess with it and destroy it again. Yes. 14 turns here at Indianapolis. Should be some fantastic racing as we're getting the lobby reloaded, rocking and rolling. Should be close racing as well. For those of you that are tuning in who are not familiar with this, so there should be a handful of you guys coming over. Let me also get the information. So lap 2 we will start. Actually, we are on an 85% power handicap to go ahead and bring the power down to 670 horsepower. This is a spec tune series. Let's see, stage 1 will start at lap 12. Stage 2 will start at lap 22. Then the white flag will fly at lap 56. So, should be some fantastic racing. Let me take a look at our point standings real quick. Who's easy? I believe taking a bye week this week. AMS Razor qualified pole. He is about 30 points behind Who's Easy. Exotic Forza, who I also don't believe is in for this round either. Rewar is in here. Yes, there he is. Rewar is at 79 points. VR Dwarf is at 76 points. King Cameron with 69 points. EVR Blue Streak at 65 plus 2 points. Indy Drewski at 62. EVR Walshy at 61. And Toaster Lord at just 56 points. So, just waiting on a couple more people to go ahead and ready up, and we will get the party started. see if we got any more follows. Not yet. Got quite a few people in here already. We haven't even had the green flag drop, so thank you everybody for tuning in this early for the action. Should have quite a few battles for position. Most of the drivers here I have raced against, and they're really good on road courses. So depending on how well they get on with the tune tonight and how close they decide to get, will bring us a lot of fun, a lot of action. Hopefully not a whole lot of cautions, of course. As there's not a whole lot of, I mean, there's some room for error around like turn 7, turn 12 and 13 and turn 1, but the rest of the time it should be, I don't know. Should be, change the event setup again. Okay, so we have to ready up. Over under for cautions this race. Let's set it at what are we going to set this at today, chat? Let's set it at 2.5 is the over under, cuz I was horrendously wrong earlier today at the Tora Eagle Rock 150 where we had 1 caution. I'm setting this at 2.5 for this race. That's empty. Yeah, 2.5 cautions is the over-under for today. Looks like everybody is readied up, and we're gonna go ahead and start. So I'll get my ugly face out of here, and we'll set the grid. So AMS Razor will take pole, followed closely behind by VR Dwarf, then NDL Light and EVR Walshy on that second row. Third row will be EVR Reward and HYR Knight. Fourth row will be, that Druss, and I didn't catch that name. Not including stage cautions, I'm definitely taking the under. Okay. Yeah, we will see. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the follow there, Scheffner Racing. The over-under, of course, was not including the stage cautions. So we will we'll see. We'll call it a gentleman's bet because I don't have any. I don't want to bet adult beverages or anything crazy. But we're on the grid. We're gonna do a quick pace lap, take a look at all the paints, and we'll take the green flag on lap 2 and get this party started. Alrighty. So our pole sitter for today's race will be AMS Razor in the number 24 Jack Daniel Chevrolet. Joining him on the front row will be VR Dwarf in the number 62 GoPro Chevrolet. Starting out, we're betting with Skittles. Okay. Starting on the second row will be NDL Light with the Gamester number 16, doing it for Biff and the Toyota. Joining him on that second row will be EVR Walshy in the number 2 Bilstein Ford Mustang. Starting out the third row will be EVR Reward in the number 21 Monster Menards Ford Mustang. Joining him will be HYR Knight in the highpoint.com number 79 Toyota. Oh, hello. And I think we had a restart already. All right, no worries. So we left off with HYR Knight. We go back to an intermission real quick. Somebody must have disconnected, I do believe. Let's take a look. Yep, so I'll just have to cover from that Druce all the way down to one more wand. Alrighty. So either somebody didn't have collisions or somebody disconnected, but we are ready to rock and roll here, and we're going to try this again. Any day now. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and get the grid reordered here because it doesn't look like we quite had it. Razor's coming up. Alright. So as soon as everyone figures out their life, go ahead and get back on board. Where's VR Dwarf? Dwarf's in 10th. He's coming up. Everyone making sure they have collisions on. One of the unfortunate glitches in the game, but you know what? We make do with what we got here. Alrighty, so who did I leave off with? Did first row, second row, third row. Starting out the fourth row will be that Druce and the already absolutely ravaged left side, number 57 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry. Joining him on the row will be King Cameron 1607, also in the High Point sponsored number 26 Chevrolet. In the fifth row will be Toaster Lord in the number 19 Division Oil Ford Mustang. Joining him will be EVR Chris in the number 17 Chevrolet Camaro. Second to last row will be EVR Blue Streak in the number 98 Castrol Edge Ford Mustang. Joining them will be DMS Cherry in the number 9 Monster Energy Ford Mustang. With a little PTG badge down there. Last but certainly not least will be Boiled Bird in the number 56 built Ford Tough Ford Mustang. And then at the back of the grid will be one more wand in the number 7 Red Bull Chevrolet Mustang. Now, let's get to the action here as we are getting ready to take the green flag. Here, round 3 of the IEC Esports NASCAR Cup Series. And boy, this will be a first corner to watch. So we'll go double file here. Razor with a slight advantage. Dwarf might get caught out due to a speed disadvantage here, and it looks like he will drop a couple of positions. Making sure, oh, we already have a car off track. That is DMS Cherry. Did definitely get bunched up through the first sector here as AMS Razor will lead the charge into turn number 7, followed by NDL Light, VER Dwarf, Walshy, and Rewar. NDL Light already all over the tail end of AMS Razor. Dwarf sitting a little further back. Not a great start for Dwarf, or realistically the rest of the field. DMS Cherry losing quite a few positions already. See some too wide action there. Knight charging down the inside of Rewar. Little battle for 5th. A 3-way battle by the looks of it. As we have a battle for the lead continuing here with NDL Light slotting in front of AMS Razor, not wanting to chance losing position through turns 1 and 2 here. Will get through and by him smoothly. However, Razor looking to the inside, backs out at the last second through turn 4. That will cost him a little bit of time to Dwarf, who is now joining the fight for the lead. EVR Walshy also not too far behind him. Razor trying to take a little bit of a sharper line to set him up for the S's of turns 8, 9, and 10. It's quite a gap between the first pack, the top 7, and then the rest of the field here. Uh-oh. There's somebody off by the looks of it. One more wand running a bit wide there. Scared me. As NDL Light will clock in a lap led. No caution so far, as Dwarf making a run on AMS Razor here, hard on the brakes, deciding again at the last second to not force the move, as Walshy is hot on his tail behind him. Starting on that first row, especially on the outside there, cost him quite a bit of time. Dwarf cutting that corner just a little bit to get alongside a Razor, force him into a bit of a defensive line, lunge on the brakes quite a bit. Dwarf trying to set up the switchback, but gets cut off because of turn 8 coming up. Had that corner not been there, he would have had a beautiful switchback opportunity there, and all this battling is just costing them time to NDL Light, who's pretty much running off with it so far in this first stage. A little bit of action behind as HYR Knight sends it up the outside of EVR Walshy. Might get pinched off into the grass a little bit, as now Knight making up 2 positions so far. Lovely run for them and the highpoint.com Toyota Camry, and will now put their sights on VER Dwarf in that number 62 GoPro Chevrolet. Toaster Lord already with a half-second penalty. Let me get the intervals. Oh, there we go. Let's take a look at where Light is in comparison to the rest of the field. Razor finally able to make up some time back on NDL Light, as the as the Chevrolet of Dwarf is kind of backed off of the attack just a little bit here in efforts to go ahead and catch back up to him. Razor catching quite a bit of grass and into the wall. That's going to cost him some speed and potentially a position here as Dwarf looking to the outside. Razor smartly covering that inside and will lose second place because of it. Pretty hard shunt into the wall. We're going to see if there's any damage on his car. 3.6% engine damage already. That's going to cost him some horsepower and some mile an hour out of the corners. Which is good news for HYR Knight sitting in 4th position here. With Razor being a couple horsepower down all the way through the power band of his car is going to lose out a lot on the drive out of the corners. As we see here, Razor's already losing a lot of time. It's going to be pretty evident coming out of turn 14, especially with the draft when he's not able to keep up with VER Dwarf. Top 5's all running in one pack here, 6 laps down. Indy Light continues to drive off a commanding lead here as we're going to remain on board with HYR Knight to see how badly that engine damage has hurt Razor. Thankfully, he has the draft of Dwarf, but you can see he's slowly losing it here. He's going to have to hold on until the first stage is done. As Blue Streak has left, the first DNF of the race, which is unfortunate for Blue Streak. Blue Streak was sitting 7th in the point standings, and unfortunately that may change with that DNF. Still on board with HYR Knight as they size up the damaged AMS Razor in the Chevrolet. Still can't quite get it done. Potentially gonna wait for them to pit during the stage 1 caution. We're gonna see how this has hurt Razor's lap times, as he is fastest lap so far at 28:02, but of course the track is rubbering in slowly but surely. As we see here now, he has lost the draft on VER Dwarf, and here comes HYR Knight up the inside. Might be able to solidify the pass. Razor under the brakes a little harder and earlier than Knight. Trying to get a switchback. Can't quite get through the bumper of that Toyota there, as HYR Knight will slide into 3rd place. Now, it's just a matter of time to see how many places AMS Razor loses here, as Dwarf has firmly set his sights on Indy Light. Looking to the inside, a huge lunge into turn 7. Decides against it. It doesn't upset the number 16 Toyota of Light. Might have been a bit of a calculated move there to see if he can capitalize on any mistake he can force there. But he's just going to ride the bumper up through turn 11 into turn 12 and try again. Another lunge to the inside. A little bit of contact between them. But now Light's going to have the advantage through turn 13. Dwarf trying to cut it as much as possible and then swing around turn 14 with as much speed as possible, as Knight is making quick work of the entire field. So we are now 10 laps down, and my goodness, look at the draft of Dwarf. Unsure of where Light was going to go there, backing out of a potential move, as we've seen a relentless battle between these two. Here comes Knight joining the 3-way battle now for the lead. Dwarf is going to look to the outside, get some side draft, and kind of pinch Light down to the bottom of the track. Moving over, so does Light. Gets a switchback on him, but won't be able to hold him off. Maybe, yes, he will. My goodness, what a pass. Light getting a little loose on the exit of turn 10 there. And now your new race leader is VR Dwarf after a beautiful attack through turn 7. Wasn't 100% sure if he was going to be able to hold on to that advantage as Razor goes into pit lane, probably noticing he's down on power, and to potentially undercut the rest of the field through the competition caution. Will drop quite a few positions, potentially to the back of the grid. We'll see where he comes out in a few moments' time. But I wasn't sure if Dwarf was going to be able to make it work on the outside through turn 8. But it looked like he had just enough of a... his light goes a bit wide on the exit of turn 2 into turn 3 and loses a position to HYR Knight. But man, what a move by Dwarf. So we're going to take a look. Razor will come out in 12th position here. So he's going to... actually in 13th. As he will try and work his way around the rest of the field. Try and pick up as many positions as he can. As we're going to turn our attention back to this 4-car freight train up at the front. As we are potentially 1 lap to go in the stage. VR Dwarf looking to pick up those 8 extra points. Already moving to a defensive line. He's doing anything he can with HYR Knight barreling down on him to get those that stage 1 victory and the that'll actually put him up quite a few positions in the point standings as well, currently running in 5th position. These 8 extra points will put him, probably jump him up into 3rd place. It will actually. It'll move him from 5th to 3rd in the overall standings, pending any stewards inquiries or any funny business that happens in the rest of the race. So he comes into turns 12 and 13. And unless he loops a car here between turns 13 and 14, he will have those 8 extra points here. And it looks like he will solidify this stage 1 victory here. And there we go. The competition caution is out now. We'll go to a quick intermission. What a drive by Dwarf. Lost a couple of positions off the start. AMS Razor unfortunately catching the wall there a couple laps back, costing him some power, of course, and a lot of track position as he is currently running 11th. But I think it was a blessing in disguise, of course, as he... We'll check the fuel and tires here. He should have opted for fuel and tires looking at the rest of the field. He did. So, might have been a blessing in disguise, as it will put him right back to the front of the grid here as we pull over and let everybody catch up, take the results. But yeah, biggest mover of the race so far is HYR Knight, starting, I believe, on the fourth row. AMS Razor, of course, having to pause to take a screenshot there, so nothing crazy going on. But Yeah, Dwarf picking up those 8 points will move up into third position overall in the point standings as of right now. Let me actually triple check that because I'm unable to do math on my own. Yes, he will firmly be into third place overall, as I believe the majority of the grid will be fine on their current fuel and tire, but they will opt to go in. Everybody but DMS Cherry and AMS Razor. So these will be the two leading us off for the start of stage number 2. DMS Cherry having a pretty good run so far this race. Razor happy to be back up on the, or out into the front of... Who the hell is this? Want popularity, buy streamer, or buy viewers? I'm not buying viewers. Get this man out of here. Boo this man. I prefer to earn my viewers, not buy them. Let's see if I can just go ahead and delete this man's, if I can figure out how to do it. Mod actions, there we go. Yes. Security, yeah, I'm trying to get it. Love ourselves a sporadic spam bot or two, yeah. It's like, look, man, you got like 7 people in here. Why don't you buy some viewers? Nah, how about I don't? I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of them. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. We'll just let him sit there and think about his life. Alrighty, so why is DMS Cherry back? Oh, because of... That's strange. Spam bots need to buy more Skittles. Yeah, they do. So it doesn't look like DMS Cherry's gonna get the privilege of starting up at the front of the grid, but AMS Razor sure as heck will. So let's see, VR Dwarf will choose the right lane. Definitely a smart decision, because he definitely lost out a lot of positions there on the start, hoping to put AMS Razor in that same position. And here we go for the start of stage 2. We'll run until lap 22, and we are off. Razor maybe with a bit of a jump start there, but it doesn't look like it's going to phase Dwarf that much. So he will drive deep into the corner to make sure that he doesn't benefit from that. As you see already, Razor starting second has already dropped all the way down to 4th and is getting absolutely bullied in the mid pack, as they're almost 3 wide, almost forcing him off the racing surface. Razor into a bit of a kerfuffle here, dropping all the way down to 8th. A disastrous start for Razor here. Dwarf will firmly hold on to the lead, with HYR Knight hot on his tail. A little bit of shuffling in the tail end of the field, as Knight is not going to make this easy for Dwarf. Not in the slightest. Knight already looking to the outside to set up a bit of a faster exit through turn 13 and carry some of that speed out into the straightaway. Dwarf doesn't look too phased as of yet. Razor moving all the way back up into 7th position. We'll check back up on our battle for the lead here as Razor gets a tremendous run out of turn 2, trying his best to pick up 6th position. So we're bunched up here in a battle for 5th place as they will run side by side. Hopefully they decide to not make it 3 wide. Oh my goodness, Rewar putting the stop on Razor, trying to make it 3 wide coming into turn 7. And Razor will slide through both of them with ease. My goodness, what a turn 7 for these gentlemen here. Rewar seeing that possibility of going 3 wide through that corner, trying to put the brakes on it, but it is Razor who benefits from that, and he just runs off like a stabbed rabbit, coming back into the top 5 here. There's a battle for 3rd going on between Light and Walshy. Glad I saw that as Light will move up in front of EVR Walshy in that number 2 Bilstein Ford Mustang. All of these drivers, of course, deciding to pit. Knight, let's check in on our battle for the lead here. Nothing new is going on here. So we might have a bit of a battle for 9th. No, they're all single file through turn 7. We're going to check in on Walshy to try and gather himself for a counterattack on NDL Light. However, look at Razor here, already picking up a considerable amount of track position and time on the field after breaking the ankles of Rewar and that Druss through turns 7 through 10 on the last lap. Now he's going to try and put the herd on the top 5 here. So we're going to get an onboard shot of Razor as he slowly reels in the rest of the grid here. Battle for 8th by the look of it, as that Druss is trying to actually get back in front of King Cameron. I have the wrong... Nope, those were the right intervals. Okay. Trying to get back in front of King Cameron there. Might have been a slight mistake somewhere that I fortunately did not catch. Might have a bit of a run through the rest of the field. Doesn't look like it. So let's tune back in for this battle for 4th. Razor in that number 24 Jack Daniels Chevrolet. Absolutely dialed in here as he tries to regain those positions that he lost during the start of stage 1. I don't think he's going to have the pace to catch up to VER Dwarf to take another 8 points from him, but it looks like, unless I calculated that incorrectly. No, that was right. I don't think we saw any... I'm not sure. Dwarf might be 4th in overall standings here, but he is sitting here with 84 points. As Razor gets by EVR Walshy, as I was double checking the points there, and now sets the sights on NDL Light. Razor sitting 2nd in points. In points contention, of course, to keep VER Dwarf at bay here. And oh no, Knight has passed him. How did I miss this as well? My goodness. As Knight touches the wall just a little bit, and now Dwarf will be on the attack from HYR Knight. We're actually gonna check some things real quick. So it's not gonna show me power, unfortunately, but Knight has been driving pretty fast, putting 2/10 on Dwarf already. I'm actually curious. Let me do some checks real quick. I mean, everything looks good. Okay. I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything crazy. I just wanted to make sure because Knight is putting the absolute hurting on Dwarf right now. Picking up another 2/10 here. My lord. So Razor still in fourth, is now pitting again, trying to undercut the field a second time here. Let's check to see if he has any damage again. He does not. That's an interesting choice by Razor. $180-mile-an-hour top speed for both of these drivers here. Light hitting 181. As we have 2 laps to go here in the second stage. Razor, Toaster Lord, and DMS Cherry all deciding to pit couple laps early. As we've had no cautions so far. Pretty clean race for everybody involved. That just getting a pass on King Cameron. Multi-time Daytona winner here with IEC sideways kicking the tail end of that car out. The Toyota drifting. My goodness, he is now flying. We're gonna check to see who has the fastest lap as well. Knight in the 119.828 improves the fastest lap by 1,000th of a second. But here's Dwarf with the 119.748. That, of course, with the assistance of the draft. Knight is just on absolute fire here. Okay, yep, he did pit. Wanted to make sure I didn't lose sight of AMS Razor here. So Dwarf looks like he's going to pick up an additional 7 points here. So that might move him up into second place overall. NDL Light not in points contention. Walshy not either. So with this, Dwarf, if he can get the pass on HYR Knight, it will be a drag race to the line here. Okay, well, maybe not much of a drag race, as that is the end of stage 2. Dwarf picking up another 7 points here. Provisional standings, unless I have screwed something up, puts him into second place. Reward picking up 4 points. Yeah, so Dwarf, at least with my quick math, will be in second overall, only 29 points behind Who's Easy, who had the fastest lap in the Daytona shootout. A win. Hang on. Am I reading this correctly? No, fastest lap in Daytona. Hold on. I think I'm having a stroke. Anyway. Who's Easy did win the Daytona race, week 1. Week 2, the win went to, Razor, I believe. Yes. Okay. Alright, end of stage 2 here. And now we will have a pretty lengthy final stage. Won't be 10 laps. It'll be, well, the remainder of the race up until lap 56. It's when the white flag will fly. We've of course given ourselves a couple more laps in case we have to do any green-white checkered runs. But at the rate that this race is going, I don't think we're going to need those extra laps. We haven't yet this season. But let's see who decides to go into the pits. I think everybody, with the exception of those last 3 that, that did not pit. So hopefully that puts Razor, DMS Sherry, and Toaster Lord at the front of the grid. You see everyone coming down pit lane here. And unfortunately, all pulling into the same pit box, so you know that pit crew's getting busy. We'll see who comes out on top here. Dwarf might have gotten out in front of Knight. He did. Wow. Yeah, Dwarf came out in front of HYR Knight there in the pits. Interesting. As we'll go ahead and get everyone gridded up here for the final stage of the race. The final 26 laps. It is very warm in my room right now. That looks like the decision cone point. So, yes, these 3 will kick us off here in the final stage. This will be fun to watch. Unfortunately, Dwarf is on that outside row. Might be an interesting start for Dwarf, but Razor picking up a tremendous amount of points at Homestead last weekend with a photo finish win over the league owner of Who's Easy. So close, in fact, that, oh my goodness, DMS, okay. I don't think you're gonna get much tire heat in the grass over there, but hey, if it if it works, it works, right? Alright, we're gonna get locked in here for the final stage of the race. This is for all the Skittles, if you will, Scheffner Racing and DMS Dan here. As we are underway. That outside line, not a fun place to be in for turn 1. So we'll go side by side into Turns 1 and 2, Razor kicking out into the lead, Dwarf losing a position or two. Not losing much by the looks of it, as he's gonna have to fight off HYR Knight with the they're 3 wide almost back here. Coming through turn 7 and 8. Just getting a little bit of a push there. Somebody lost a couple of positions here. But, yeah, Dwarf has his work cut out for him here, as he has to finish in front of Razor in order to keep that second place overall. We'll see what happens as Dwarf's cutting off that inside. HYR Knight all over the tail end of them. Hopefully these two can work together to get in front of these 3 cars in front of them. As it looks like Toaster Lord's going to try and make a move on DMS Cherry. Hard onto the brakes, really late onto the brakes too. Trying to give him room on the inside and on the outside. Toaster Lord will be through. HYR Knight trying to squeeze through as, oh no, Dwarf is run almost off the track. Will lose 2 positions. HYR Knight getting the better end of the deal there, as they got bunched up out of turn 3 and into turn 4. Kind of a disaster for Dwarf. However, having raced with him a couple of times, I know he is a very level-headed person, as I think Dwarf is going to have a run on DMS Cherry here through the inside, almost pushing him off the track. Will take the outside line as Cherry tries to kick it around side by side through the final corner, and it will be a side draft battle and a measure of testicular fortitude here, as I think Walshy's going to try and kick it 3 wide, decides against it, trying to stay side by side with him through turns 2 and 3, and to cover that inside as Walshy is egging to get by him. Walshy might pick up a position, might get forced off the track. Doesn't look like it, as Dwarf is now back up into 5th position. HYR Knight already up into 2nd, now has AMS Razor firmly in their sights. Indy Light, of course, into 3rd place. Trying to ride the coattails of HYR Knight into that contention spot. The only downside, of course, of AMS Razor's strategy of, oh, did we see some contact? No, we didn't. Okay. The only downside of Razor's strategy to get to the front of the field before the end of stage 2 is, of course, he has to be hurting on tires now, and we're gonna see how well that plays out, as Knight with a pretty considerable run on him with much newer tires, as we're clicking through the rest of the field here. Couple of more percent of tire wear, and it's going to start to fall off momentarily. That front left getting beat to shreds at 19% already, as Razor's trying to hold off Knight here. Will cost him a lot of time, of course, to the cars behind, and bunch everybody up here, as we're gonna go on board with HYR Knight, trying to stick the nose of that Toyota, I believe, into that quarter panel, but can't quite get it stuck there. See the difference in lines here. Dwarf might have a run on Toaster Lord. Coming around the outside, narrowly keeping it out of the grass and the walls here. 3 wide. Toaster Lord pinching Walshy all the way down to the inside, but that... Uh-oh. Something must have happened. Where's Toaster Lord? Toaster Lord's probably not too happy about that pass. As they got a little squirrely coming into the, there's a caution. What happened? Alrighty, so we're at our first caution here. Looks like that Druss is in the pits. Must have missed what happened there. Alright, so we're gonna get a quick little reset here. I would anticipate with, let's see, 50... Ooh, 28 laps remaining. We are at the halfway point of the race. I don't know how many cars are going to decide to pit here. Potentially fuel limited. Let's take a look at Razor. He's doing pretty good on fuel right now. Let's take a look at HYR Knight. Doing good on fuel and tires. I don't think anyone's gonna pit. Okay, these back 3 are going to we're gonna go ahead and pit real quick. Along with that, Druss again after diving into the pits to fix whatever damage happened. Unsure of what happened there, but what I'm going to do is now get rid of this guy's this message, if I can figure out how to do it. Take a quick look here. Okay. Let's see. Trying to get it done before we go green flag here. So don't have a trash can icon here. There we go. All right. Get this out of here. Bang. Awesome. All right. Wow, that took a long time to do. Alrighty, so Razor has chosen the inside line here as we're getting ready to go green on lap 30. 57 laps, or no, 27 laps to go. Wow. As Razor gets a nice start is, oh my god, they're going 4 wide behind the leader. Boiled Bird with a huge lunge to the inside. Oh no, Cherry's sideways. collecting King Cameron with them. My lord, what a interesting start here. Ouch. That's gotta hurt DMS Cherry. So I don't think that's gonna bring out another caution. It might, but we're gonna go and race to the line and find out. Dwarf battling with Rewar for 5th position. Gets in front of them for turn 9 and maintains ahead of him. We're gonna check on our leader, AMS Razor here. Quite a bit of a battle between light and night here for go Dwarf Arcania. How's it going, buddy? Welcome in. Yeah, Dwarf got a stage 1 victory. Was barely edged out by HYR Knight here in stage 2. And it's currently running in 5th position, provisional 2nd place in points right now. So welcome in, Arcania. As I think we are under caution because of the turn 1 incident, with DMS Cherry getting turned and then sitting sideways and blocking King Cameron here. So we'll be under another caution, so we're at 2. So right at the edge of that over-under. We just need one more. It's gonna be a fun time. I don't know what we are doing here. Oh, there we go. Looks like El Rufus? Yeah, Rufus is in here. Sorry, I'm just playing around with some of the 67 laps of caution. 67 laps of caution, you mean? I can't believe I just did that. But, hey, it happens, you know? My goodness. Wow, so it looks like a lot of people will decide to come in light, however, deciding to stay out. Should be interesting to see how this shakes up. We have one more wand here going to lead us on the front row along with India Light in the number 7 Red Bull Camaro. What are all these other icons I have? I can time people out. Oh, I can ban? Oh, I don't want to ban Arcania. I can warn. Learning something new every day. So Knight will come out in front of Razor. Dwarf will drop to 9th position. As we will go ahead and see the decision cone here. Light is obviously going to want to take the right lane, seeing as that gives everyone the most advantageous chance into turn 1. I think that's a strat blunder from Light. I think so as well. Oh, he's taken the left lane. Interesting choice. I think he chose the wrong lane there, buddy. Because that puts you on the outside for turn 1. Let's check India Light's fuel and tire. 20%, 43.3% engine damage. Oh no. We're going to check one more wand. 0.8% engine damage on brand new tires. Walshy. Brand new everything. We're gonna see how this goes for Light. This might have been a lane blunder for him as well. So we see Knight starting at the absolute back of the grid, Dwarf into 5th position, actually. 6th, sorry. As strange. Lightning McQueen moment, yeah. Well, we will we'll see what happens here, as we're gonna go ahead and get this party started again. Lap 33 will be underway here. Indy Light and one more wand on the front row. And a good... Oh my goodness, they're going 3 wide again. Boiled Bird looking to stay out of the way. Hopefully not a lunge. Oh my goodness, I'm not even looking at the front of the grid. Light getting pushed by one more wand through turn 2. It's getting bunched up. They're 3 wide into turn 4. One more wand with the lunge. My goodness, super aggressive driving by a wand here, and this is going to end in turmoil behind the leader, as they're 3 wide into turn 7. I'm scared to see what happens, as one more wand just getting shuffled all the way to the back of the grid. Oh no, and gets into somebody and takes out EVR Chris into Toaster Lord. Man, not a good start for one more wand here, as Knight will hopefully safely get by. Yes, they will. Is everyone else trying to get around them? One more wand already lost a couple of positions here. Not the greatest start by any means. The DMS Cherry will be riding his rear end, blocking heavily on EVR Chris. Yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing here in the broadcasting booth. That was a not a fantastic moment for Wand, as we're just gonna go ahead and watch, while I should be focused on the leaders in the battle for second that is currently going on. I did not like that at all. Yeah, bumper cars for sure. We're just gonna continue watching one more wand here. As NDL Light with a 2-second gap on AMS Razor here, as Chris will lunge to the inside, trying to get around one more wand. Chris with a beautiful exit there, and will get past him. DMS Cherry trying to get around him as well. Oh, somebody spun. That Druss got into the wall by the looks of it. We're gonna keep our eye on this. Almost spun out DMS Cherry. Jesus. Alright, so Dwarf is up into 5th place, getting just in front of Toaster Lord, who will lose another position. And I think it's never seen Razor lose in China. I think we're safe to come off of one more wand here. Might be. We see how Boiled Bird gets around him. Alright, let's refocus on the task at hand and give you guys some fantastic racing to watch. So Dwarf has gotten back up into 5th position, right behind HYR Knight, who is all over the tail end of EVR Reward here. Knight almost getting into the wall by the looks of it, as there is a huge gap between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Razor in second place, of course, by 3 seconds almost. So we're gonna continue watching this battle for now third. That is going to Knight, letting Knight, and maybe that was a misshift. I don't know. No damage. I'm not sure why Rewar let Knight through, but he did. Bit of an interesting tactic there. Now Dwarf is in a EVR sandwich between Rewar and Walshy, and it looks like he's gonna have to go ahead and fight his way around. And away we go. Dwarf with a draft advantage. Might look to the inside. Might not. Thinking about it. Thinks against it. As the rest of the field is pretty spaced out here. I'll take a quick drink while we watch this battle for fourth continue to rage on. Dwarf with a run through turn 11. Rewar going really far to the outside. Now Dwarf will move up into fourth place. And away we go. Hopefully Dwarf can try and reel in HYR Knight here. Only a second back by the looks of it. But Light is on absolute fire, with now a 4-second lead. Might not have been a blunder here, as I think there's another pit stop, one more wand going into the pits after a stream is pretty awesome, huh? Get that out of here. Yeah, I got that delete button on speed dial now. I appreciate the view and stopping by, but nah, don't hit me with that. I'd like to also stick with you for long term. Dude, I don't even know you. If you can send me another message of the numbers 123579, I'll consider undeleting your message, but nah, bro. No thanks. Again, 123579 are those numbers, but we're gonna get back on with some action if I can find some. Battle for 7th between Toaster Lord and King Cameron is battling up. King Cameron with a not so great turn 1 here. Maintains the draft on Toaster Lord. Uh-oh, we saw somebody get passed. Dwarf with the pass on Knight. I completely missed that. What a run by Dwarf this race. Qualified second. Stage 1 victory, or stage 1 win. Second in stage 2. And is now in a pretty good points standing compared to Razor. He has... Let me do some quick math while I'm trying to take a look at some of the information for you guys. So he has 76 plus 8. As Knight's going to have a run down the start-finish straight, decides against the dive. So 91 points, so he's 1 point ahead of Razor. It's currently P3. So that'll give him, if he finishes in P3, another 40 points. So that'll give him 131. Razor's sitting with 90. P2 will give him 45 points. So they'll be 4 points off going into round 4. France versus China. Uh-oh, Knight with the move on the inside through turn 11. Oh, gets the door shut on him. A little bit of a twitch there. What a defense by Dwarf. Arcania, if you want to get the rest of the Velocity Endurance guys in here, be greatly appreciated, as we are now on lap 42. Have them root on their guys, because I don't see anybody from Velocity or VER in here. 5-second gap to first place. As who is this? That is one more one. It's 31 seconds back. Now the unfortunate thing with Indy is it has a very long pit road, so Light is going to lose quite a bit of, oh my goodness, quite a bit of time in the pits. As we take a look at the fuel and tire difference of these two cars, so Light doesn't have enough fuel or tire to get the car to the end of the race in about 15 laps. So Light is gonna have to pit at some point in the next coming laps, which means that Razor will be the leader when that happens, and then Dwarf will jump up into second place with a very fast HYR Knight hot on his tail. Oh, don't exit a race menu. As the battle for third continues. Oh, there's a battle for 10th going on now, but I don't want to click off this battle for third right now. What's the tire wear? Should be 1X. Race info. Yeah, 1X tire wear. So Light's gonna run out of gas at some point. There he goes into pit lane. A lot of lap led points for India Light, as he will now turn over the reins to AMS Razor to be the race leader here. Wonder if Dwart and Knight can go to the end. Let me see. There's 13 laps to go. Razor will be able to go to the end for sure. Dwarf will be able to go to the end. And I think Knight will be able to go to the end as well. Should be able to go to the end. But we're gonna take a look at this interval here and see if they are at least able to. I know a lot of the time in this final stage was spent under caution because of those two cautions back to back that we just had. So that definitely soaked up the time, and definitely helped the tires, the tire life, and fuel as well for these cars. So holy crap, Dwarf on an absolute rampage here, trying to catch up to AMS Razor to take the victory from him, as we are now 12 laps, 13 laps remaining here. Ooh, Knight almost got to into the back of him there. It's 1.7 seconds to Razor. Knight trying to get trying to unsettle Dwarf through turn 4. Didn't look like it worked at all. China is under pressure. We're going to continue to watch this gap. 1.6, 1.63, 1.65, 1.5 seconds. Dwarf is definitely running him down, as you see there from the chopper cam. My lord, this is going to be Knight thinking about the inside through turn 12, decides against it, trying to set something up to get around him here. Knight might be looking for a move on either of these two drivers. Dwarf kind of feigning a defensive line to see if Knight was going to follow, deciding against it here. Ooh, a little bit of tire smoke from Razor there. Yeah, Knight might be looking for a pick between these two drivers to potentially pick up 2 positions in one, as Dwarf is continuing to make short work of this gap to Razor. Excuse me. So he now has to worry about some lapped traffic, and that is going to eat away at the gap as well. Already down to a second. Looks like Boiled Bird is pulling out of the way, making sure to not get his bird boiled here by our top 3. Thinking about it, we'll potentially pull off to the side and let these guys battle it out. Yes, there he goes, pulling to the inside, letting the top 3 run it off. 1.3 seconds is the gap between Razor and Dwarf here as we come to around 10 laps to go. Smart move by Boiled Bird there to go ahead and just let him on by. We're going to go ahead and check tire wear as well to see who's overdriving these cars. That front left, the tire to watch, of course. 39% for AMS Razor. 39% for VR Dwarf. And 37% for Knight. Knight is hurting on fuel, but might make it to the end. Dwarf still has 46% left in the tank. And Razor has 44% left in the tank as well. So a slight weight advantage for AMS Razor here. But the pace advantage definitely going to Dwarf as he continues to make quick work of this gap. About to get into the slipstream here. It's about a second back from the leader. Definitely a better exit through turn 14. 7/10 back almost. As the interval holds steady at 1 second. Under 10 laps to go here. Your top 5 is Razor in the lead, Dwarf running him down in second. HYR Knight playing it smooth, sitting in third place. Walshy in 4th, and EVR Rewar in 5th. The rest of your top 10 is King Cameron, Toaster Lord, EVR Chris, DMS Cherry, That Druce, India Light, Nat Druce, sorry, India Light in 11th, One More Wand in 12th, and Boiled Bird 88 in 13th. The gap to the leader now down to 9/10 of a second. So we watch our top 3 come through turns 12, 13, and 14 now. Dwarf on an absolute mission to get a race victory here in the series. Razor looked to have picked up a bit of a second wind here. We're going to check the last lap times between these two drivers as well. A 1:19.5 from AMS Razor. 1:19.4 from Dwarf. Unfortunately, was a dirty lap. 1:19.473 was also dirty by HYR Knight. We're going to get back on board with Dwarf as Knight seemed to have made a bit of a mistake here and has dropped back quite a bit. That's good news for Dwarf as he's not going to get as much aero wash from the car behind and can instead focus on the car in front of him. Now dropping to a second back. We have to check check for a damage report on Knight here, as he might have picked up some engine damage, and he did. 1.9% engine damage from Knight. That will take him out. Dwarf running with 0.3% engine damage, and Razor with no engine damage. So Dwarf in the clear to go ahead and continue running down Razor, and this will be a 5-lap shootout between these two. I know we have about 6, maybe 7 laps remaining here, but now that Dwarf's not getting aero wash from the car behind, he can really focus on the battle ahead, which is getting around AMS Razor for the win and to solidify second place in points. That stage 1 victory definitely giving him a boost in the points standings. Surely this race win will also do the same. 0.3% engine damage not giving him much difficulty in comparison to 1.9 here, as we're seeing the gap drop off here. Dwarf definitely within draft range now, as he looks to pedal the car just a little bit to keep it off the wall and watch this interval fall. 6.45, 6.33, 6.23. In the draft now with 6 laps to go here, round 3 of Indianapolis, or round 3 of the IEC Cup Series, I should say. Down to 6/10. He's right on the tail edge of getting that draft. As you see, he's getting a little bit of help through the straightaways, and that's going to help him tremendously coming into turn 7, 8, and 9, where he's been stronger than Razor. Down to 5/10 through turn 8. Bit of a better exit, picking up a huge amount of time through turn 11. He will be firmly in the draft here, as we will come to the line with 6 laps to go. Sorry, I am terrible at math and race counting. Getting sideways through turn 14. Hopefully he keeps it off the wall. 5.83. 5.66. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. 5.37. As they are now coming up on one more wand, and we're gonna take a look at him as the gap isn't too close to watch between our 1 and 2 driver, but definitely going to keep an eye on one more wand here, as he will pull all the way off the racing surface and let these drivers duke it out. Staying off the racing surface for Knight. Smartly done by one more wand here. Still holding about a 0.5 of a second gap here. Potentially down to 0.4 as we come to 5 to go next time by. Can Dwarf get it done? Let's check our tire wear real quick between these two drivers. Ooh, Razor's about to hit moderate tire wear on that front left. 24% left. Dwarf probably in the same position, 55%. It's going to come down to a battle of tire wear by the looks of it. Everyone wishing, oh my goodness, Knight with 4%, believe in the Great Wall of China. Knight with 4% fuel remaining. As this is going to be a battle of terrible tires between these two, as it seems to be holding steady at about 4 to 5 tenths. Dwarf with a much better exit through turn 4 than Razor. Will have the mile an hour for the backstretch. As Dwarf is all over the tail end of Razor. Only a handful of laps to go here. Both cars suffering on tire wear. Knight, of course, suffering on tire wear, engine damage, and running low on fuel. Is going to have to dive into the pits at some point or risk running that car out of gas. 1% remaining. He is opting to run the car out of fuel. Might have been a blunder for Knight, and will drop them off of the podium. As we continue to watch this battle for the lead unfold. 3 laps to go until the white flag. 4 laps remaining. When is the final lap? Final lap is lap 56. So we have 4 laps remaining in the race. Dwarf is all over the tail end of Razor, looking for any chance to get around him, as they're both... Oh, Dwarf with the move and the lunge through turn 7. May have been a fake to unsettle Razor here, but it has not. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to come down to this. It's going to absolutely come down to this, as Dwarf all over the tail end of Razor, trying to set up a good exit through turn 13 to get around him for turn 1. Ooh. They're going to have to start pedaling this car. As you see, HYR Knight has run out of fuel at the apex of turn 11 here. Absolute disaster. Razor already taking a majorly defensive line, trying to come back up the racing surface here with 2 to go until the white flag flies. 3 left in the race. Good exit through turn 6, or good line through there. Razor defending with everything he's got. Dwarf deciding to take that outside line, trying to maximize speed across the corner, trying to size up Razor here, as Knight will limp the car all the way back into the pit lane in 10th. Absolute disaster for Knight, dropping from the podium and then all the way outside of the top 10, as Cherry will come around him and solidify a top 10 position. But all focus will be on these two drivers here, Dwarf and Razor. Razor will defend with everything he has. 1 to go until the white flag. Dwarf sizing him up. Let's check on tire wear. Both of these cars have to be on severe tire wear. 11%, about to hit moderate on the on those rear tires. Dwarf doing a little bit better on tires, of course. Still carrying 0.3% engine damage, but that hasn't hurt him just yet. Dwarf trying to save those tires for a last lap push. White flag next time by. Coming through turn 10 now. Razor has to be on moderate on those rear tires. Definitely hurting him for corner exit speed as we're going to take another look. He is on moderate, about to hit severe on that front left. Dwarf with the move on the outside. He's looked after his tires just a little better. Oh my goodness, Razor might have just hit severe. White flag. It is a race between Razor and Dwarf. Dwarf definitely taking that last lap there to look after the tires. We're going to see when Razor goes to severe. He is going to hit severe momentarily. He's going to hit severe probably at turn 10. This is now or never for Dwarf to get around him. The roadblock is up from Razor. Can he hold him off? That is the question. Has a lot of sharp left corners remaining here. We're going to check on the tires of Razor. Probably feeling the effects of that severe tire wear now. Razor trying to, Dwarf trying to size him up in the same position. Can Dwarf get to the inside? He cannot. Trying to size him up. Maybe see a lunge here. We will see the lunge through turn 12. Oh no, he forced him off and gave the position back out of sportsmanship. Might have cost him the race here. Uh-oh. He set up a switchback and it's going to be a drag race between these two. It is not, and Razor will win. Razor will take the win here. Oh, man. What a finish. Dwarf, a bit of a lunge through turn 12. And, definitely gave the position back to Razor. Looked like he might have forced him off of the track, cost him the victory. But who actually won here? Who really won here? Let's be honest. It's Dwarf. Razor took the checkered flag, but wow. He could have just continued driving off, but decided against it, wanted to be the bigger man. And Razor will take the victory. Let's see if we can't get these guys in here for a bit of a post-race interview. So Razor will take his victory lap. At the end of the day, the French was the bigger Chinese. Oh my god, Argenia. What in the world is that? We're gonna try and get Razor, Dwarf, and Walshy in for a bit of a post-race interview here. Dwarf, Razor, and Walshy, as Razor will burn down what's left of those tires for his victory. Dwarf, how's it going? Yeah, that was a fantastic run. See if we can't get you in for an interview if you're interested. all staff members. Wow. Wow, what a run. Beautifully done. Boiled Bird, not a fan of any road course. Let's see if we can't get these gentlemen in here for a bit of a post-race interview. Man, oh man, what a finish. What a run by these gentlemen here. As we have AMS Razor here with us. Let me return to the pre-race menu. Let me go and include my desktop audio. Let's see if Dwarf and Walshy are interested in the interview as well. Desktop audio is included, Razor. Just letting you know.
All right.
See if we can't drag these guys in here. I know Dwarf is a man of few words. Let's see. Sorry, not for me. Okay, no worries, Dwarf. Fantastic run. See if we're gonna get Walshy in here as well before we go ahead and get our interview started. See if we can get anybody. Get my ducks in a row as well so I'm not spouting crazy stuff. Tell Razor China approved his racing. Okay. Alrighty, well, we can go and get started. So Razor, first off, fantastic run earlier today in Toro with the win at Eagle Rock. And again here with a beautiful run holding off Dwarf at Indianapolis. Walk us through the race.
And that was a sloppy race for me. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of my more sloppy races. I mean, right from the get-go on the initial start, I downshifted into first and gave myself engine damage, so I was at a disadvantage. Then the start of stage 2, I jumped it a little bit, so I had to give back the positions because it's either that or do a pass through. So I elected
Ooh,
to take the easy way out. And then yeah, stage 3 was just a war of attrition on tires.
that it was. So had I was just taking a look at some of the points and hopefully I had the math right, but before the end of the race, Dwarf actually had you by 1 point in the standings, moving from fifth all the way up to second. But of course, with the race victory, I didn't see who had the fastest lap because I know that gives an extra point or two. So you will hold him off for second place in points. Actually, no, you're first in points now. With that second win and the pole position, of course, probably adding the additional point. But what happened there in turn, was it turn 12? I know Dwarf was going for a bit of a lunge to get past you to get to the inside. But walk us through kind of what happened there.
I think he just kind of overdrove the corner a little bit and pushed me off track and I think he felt that that wasn't fair, so he gave it back. Which, respect to him on that.
Yeah, definitely. And I commented on that as well. Up here is it looked like he overcooked the entry, of course, on severe tire wear for the both of you. So definitely, if there's any points for sportsmanship of the race award, it would definitely go to Dwarf, because he could have just said, "Oh well, I had the inside if car gap," the whole usual spiel. But I'm sure there would have been some penalties um, handed down for running somebody off track. But yeah, definitely props to him for Sportsman of the Race award. Um, but yeah,
I
again,
don't
sorry, go
I
ahead.
don't think it would have been a penalty, like for contact like that. It would be more of like just kind of a racing incident. We're both going for the win. Things are going to happen.
Right. Yeah, I think it might have been just a racing incident. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% like brought up to speed on how you guys handle incidents like that. But yeah,
It,
definitely a
it's
fantastic
if we
race. Go ahead, sorry.
yeah, it's if we when we have incidents where there's contact and people get wrecked. It's if we look at it and like, hey, was this done intentionally? Like, was this an intentional wreck? Because that's something that's very frowned upon here. And every driver's actions does determine their future in IEC.
Right. Said Arcenia says Chinese incident. China would let it slide.
Oh, oh, that's great.
Yeah, but fantastic day today overall for you. 2 wins in two different NASCAR series. We are going to, if I can find the calendar. Um, oh man, going to Eagle Rock next week. Coming off your win at Eagle Rock today in Tora. How do you feel about the Eagle Rock 175 next week?
Oh, I'm ready for it. I'm 100% ready for that race. Eagle Rock is one of my favorite tracks, so uh, we're probably gonna be running up front there.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna let you go here, and I'm gonna end the stream. Let me go ahead and mute the desktop audio. Actually, right before. Yeah, see you next week. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's been a fantastic race. We only had 2 cautions. I did set the over/under at 2.5, so I think I owe somebody Skittles in the chat if they're still here. Scheffner Racing, I don't believe you're still here, but if you are, I owe you a pack of Skittles. Beautiful racing by everybody. Next week we'll be here at Eagle Rock. I will be live on Tora Live for the Touring Car Revival as they make their way to, let me refresh my memory, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Circuit. And then again on Tora Live no, Wednesday I'll be live with Slide Job Motorsports as they will take round number 10 to Road America East. Which will be very interesting run through there. So Wednesday I'll be live here for Slide Job Motorsports NASCAR Series. Thursday I'll be live on Tora for Touring Car Revival as they make their way to Mid-Ohio. Then Saturday afternoon I will be live on Tora again as we go to Sunset Speedway for the Task Car Series, and then live Saturday here for Eagle Rock 175 for the IEC Championship. I've been your host, Dr. Ice. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. See you Wednesday.